Ho, ho, ho.
Hello and welcome back to the Album Book Club Merry Christmas edition. This is a very Majestica Christmas, and this week we are reviewing A Christmas Carol by Majestica. Carl, what year did this album come out?
21.
2021? Apple Music says 2020.
It was, I believe, 2020 real late, like December release.
The extended version came out in 2021. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
They are very
yellow.
Oh,
I'm yellow.
going over the thing. Carl, there's a
I love
Christmas
when Connor
hat up
climbs
there
on the
if you wanna
table.
grab it. I just remembered that.
That may be where my Christmas hat went to. How long has that hat been on Claude?
Since before you.
A year and a half.
You're right, mine was the first hat on quad.
Did mine-
Purple.
We're purple.
Yeah. They look fine.
Do we think that's my Christmas hat?
Thought that was Connor's. No, I have purple glasses on.
I'll throw it on. I'm the Christmas guy.
I mean, I can't get to it, so that's
Oh, dang. It's okay.
have tiny little arms,
Alright.
giant head.
This dude's a T-Rex.
I say, I love how I've made the purple glasses joke twice now, and it has not landed once. Everyone's like, "That's not purple at all."
Sorry, the camera's moved this week.
Sorry, Logan. I
They are
don't.
not
I don't
in the
pay
same
attention to your
place.
eyewear.
I also forgot you're colorblind.
Just a tad.
I thought that was just reds and oranges.
It's just yellows.
Let's say, so everything behind us looks weird, but
Oh, it's all very red. At least I think so.
Schlatt is definitely orange.
Flat is still orange as from last year's argument.
Every time.
Every year.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into our top three. My top three is any of them.
On the Wi-Fi.
I think I rated all of these pretty much the exact same score because I had a great time throughout this entire album. So yeah, you can pick any one of these, and I think they're pretty much all on the same level of greatness.
Sorry. Mine are Glory of Christmas, A Christmas Has Come, and The Joy of Christmas.
I had The Joy of Christmas, Ghost of Marley, and A Christmas Carol.
I didn't like a single song on this album, so I exclusively did a bottom four. And so I'll let everyone go through their bottom one first.
My bottom song is none of them. I don't dislike any song on this album. However, if I had to pick one, it would probably be The Joy of Christmas.
It's like Cop Out City this week. Mine is Ghost of Christmas to Come.
Ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah, so I had A Christmas Has Come, This Christmas, The Joy of Christmas, and A Christmas Carol.
There's a lot of Christmas going on in this album.
I looked it up. There is one track that does not have the word Christmas in it.
It's interesting. I looked that up as we were talking.
It's
'cause
just
I
Ghost
turned
of
the
Marley.
You guys think this is a
I say I
Thanksgiving
looked it
album?
up. I just kind of scanned the
I was
track
gonna say,
list
I can
for a
just look at
second.
it.
Just for reference, I did watch an entire Christmas Carol before doing this, so I could get the lore. Otherwise, I would have been really mad that it wasn't Bob Marley's Ghost. But
I say I watched Scrooged and Prepare.
All right. Well, time to get on to the individual reviews. I gave first song is A Christmas Carol, and I gave it a 10 out of 10.
my score is fantastic. You're never gonna guess what it is.
I give this one a 5.
I gave it a 3.
All right. Don't listen to these haters. Listen, I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas guy. This song does bring a lot of influences in. I think it's really cool. I loved a lot of the influences going on. I think we didn't get a whole lot of good power metal in the year, so hearing some of the power metal influences come through, and like some of my favorite types of media ever. It's great. This is a me album. You know, it's both Christmas and power metal.
Were you here for the last Majestica album?
No.
Yeah. Well, I listened to it, but I wasn't. I don't
You
think I
weren't
was
on the
on the
You were
line.
on the
Okay.
episode.
Was he?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally
because we
was.
talked about the AI train.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we did.
All right, never mind.
He was the biggest figure outer of AI, as we were very much on the fence, and our resident artist over there figured it out.
And then we found out I think we were wrong.
I did some digging today, actually, in my preparation for Hatred, and I found out they do have an artist listed. I don't remember the name, because he was attached to a company, so it seems kind of like they just go to this company with a, hey, we want this done, and an artist picks it up. Almost every piece of art I saw on that website, I will say, with about 79% confidence, AI had touched almost every piece. You could see where there were... Is that, or it was artists who don't understand how clothing works? Which is, in my mind, equally as big a problem. When there are pieces of clothing that are woven into itself in a way that doesn't make sense, that is pretty much the clear sign of AI. And I saw about 16 dresses with weaves that were not fashionably correct. So I do believe we may have seen some art that we believed was AI, which touched up by a digital artist, and I think that's exactly what that website was for.
I believe that was our original consensus, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like it looks like an AI image, but it was touched up. Like that's what I was saying, because there were some details on the train. Like the train overall looked AI, but like some of the really close details, it's like an artist would do that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Back to A Christmas Carol. First off, this mix is way too quiet. I run my iPhone at the same volume all day for a reason. It's at the exact limiter where it tells me my ears can handle it without getting damaged. This song had to go up at least 3 clicks past that to hit the same limiter, which is a bad sign. And then we start off with an instrumental, which is just a really bastardized version of the Alan Silvestri soundtrack version, which is infinitely better. It's more, real instruments, more original, not just a version of a song that already exists. But I can respect doing a cover. It's just they didn't really change enough or do anything enough original for me to care about it.
Yeah, no, that was my biggest takeaway from this, is that it's like a cinematic intro to the album, but they didn't really add anything that was theirs. This is just another Christmas song. And I'll say it now so I don't have to say it every song. I don't particularly like Christmas songs.
I'll say it now. I love Christmas songs. Like everything about them, I love it.
I hate Christmas.
Good for you, man.
Christmas is awesome. You guys are a bunch of Grinches.
Bah,
Oh, yeah.
humbug.
Okay, Scrooge.
No, they tried to play 3 different themes very quickly, and the song was too fast to even present the theme correctly, let alone develop it at all. So it was just like a quick fire. Here's some crap. Now here's some other crap. Now here's some other crap, which is never good. And then a lot of the samples they use, which Logan told me earlier they played with an orchestra, and I don't believe it all, but some of the samples they use are just incredibly fake and hokey sounding. I mean, it's like expecting a cheeseburger and getting a McDonald's hamburger patty instead. I mean, it's super fake.
Oh my gosh.
I could put this
have
sound in
a
my
similar
freezer.
note.
Could put this sound in my freezer for 7 years and it would come out sounding exactly the same. That's how fake it is.
Did you send me that note? Is that why I'm remembering
Yes, it's
that?
in my rant at the end. No. What I will say to that is the way that they voiced their interviews, they heavily implied the use of a real orchestra. Now, do I believe that? No. Do I think they maybe got 2 to 3 horn players in the studio and filled the rest out with a keyboard? I think that's at like a 32% possibility. But it feels very, very, very MIDI.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a state school where, orchestra program was just okay, and orchestra was considerably better than this. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything against Majestica, whatever. I'm just saying it's like 95% sure it's sampled, but it is what it is. It just gets hokey, and it stays hokey through the rest of the album, so that's the only time I write it down, because it just never changes. I don't like any of the keyboard sounds on the whole album, so they just need to put new patches in their Roland or Korg, whatever it is, instead of just using the same stock 5.
All right. I believe that brings us right into track 2, A Christmas Story. I also gave this one a 10 out of 10.
5.
Too low.
5.
Too low.
4.
Only all of you just need to double your scores because you hate Christmas. So
No, I think
Double
I just
is-
hate
double
this
is insane.
song.
We'll get to my one like that.
all right, why do you hate this song, Logan?
Start off. Note I meant to put on the last song. It goes for the whole album. There's way too much presence on everything. I shouldn't feel like I'm getting crowded by the sound in a corner, but I am. It's also too quiet, if that makes you make any sense. On top of that, this song is 100% like named after the A Christmas Story movie. Has nothing to do with it. There's not an album or a song titled A Christmas Story on the original like Christmas Carol soundtrack or like anything I could find particularly related to this. So it's named after little Ralphie and his Red Ryder. Never once is that brought up. This is also like the muddiest, crappiest mix I've ever heard in my life.
See, there we go.
For power metal.
I agree with that one. You said presence earlier, and I was like, there's almost no presence. It's all upper mids. It's disgusting.
I was thinking, I guess in like the sense of how my amp's presence on my reverb works,
It should
where
be-
it just like swamps everything.
Yeah, it should be like 2 to 5K. You mean you're turning the presence knob up and...
Yeah. The presence knob, not like actual
Okay.
presence. The presence knob.
Right, because the presence knob works backwards. Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just like
Presence knob.
redonkulously foong with no sound.
Right.
Like I felt them breathing on me, and I was visibly seeing them across the room. And then on top of that, there was no song here. It was just like Christmas generic. And we're talking about seasoned musicians. Like this guy, their lead singer, guitar player, whatever you want to call him, was in Sabaton, one of the most accomplished power metal bands of Europe. He played on them or played with them for tours. We talked about this in the last one. This band has been going since 2000. Bullshit. Look, they've replaced every member. He started as a solo act. It's not the same band. They started with like this album, the one before it, technically. It's just for guys that are supposed to be really good, really prominent in the power metal game, especially in Europe, where this is a much bigger genre. I expect some creativity, not the same exact Christmas songs I've heard for the last 70 years of my life at the whopping age of 23.
Well, but if they used any of the parts except just throwing them in a blender and then spitting out random parts and sticking words that have nothing to do with any of them on top of it, I probably wouldn't be mad. That's what most Christmas albums are.
One of these songs is literally Deck the Halls note for note.
It is. No, that's on purpose. You know, the Christmas influence is normal on a Christmas album. That's not the problem. The problem is the way they just picked and chose random parts of it and then just put their own words on top of it. That's the disgusting part. Every Christmas album is covers.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants new Christmas music.
Look at that album right behind Connor. That is the way to do random Christmas music.
Mm-hmm.
Half of the songs are covers in someone's genre. The other half are just random songs that are Christmas themed.
Most of them suck.
That is very true. But Christmas and Hollis is on there.
Yep.
That is the GOAT.
Not Madonna's song. Madonna really killed it.
So the only thing Logan didn't get is this song has a disgusting key change in it.
Oh, is it just one? Because my note
There's
says we're not
3.
even a minute 30 in, and I've heard 3.
There's one that is particularly disgusting where they randomly just go up a whole step, and it
Yep.
is not
remember
anywhere
that.
near. It's not. There's no like build up. There's no like chord turnaround, and there's
Yeah, they just smack you in the face with it.
and yeah, I mean it works in like gospel music, but it does not work here.
Oh no, it works here for me because this is my gospel music. Like, I love Christmas sounds. This is all the Christmas sounds all at one time. Plus, it's power metal. I can't give it anything lower than a 10, guys. I'm sorry.
I wrote the guitar is fine when heard, and
It's
then
always heard.
I really dislike the Tim Burton energy, and the rest of the album just sounds like Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think that's part of my hatred.
I will
Really?
say, when reading about this, heavy influences were Danny Elfman and Tim Burton in like that vein of stuff.
So I love Danny Elfman. I think the Nightmare Before Christmas has become one of those things I see and I just go, ugh.
I personally agree. I've never liked the movie, and I really like Danny Elfman. But the biggest thing about Danny Elfman is he's doing scores, and it is a backing thing. It's not the driving thing. Now he does driving scores. That's not to discredit him, but the score is meant to be the background. His are just so good they become the foreground. This is something that took the background, tried to make it the foreground, and lost the point.
I even tried to bring up Danny Elfman in our horror movie composers videos, and I realized he didn't do any real horror. But, I mean, I happen to love, he's probably my favorite movie composer. So, it's not a knock against him, it's a knock against the nasty Tim Burton people.
Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things where the fans truly ruined
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I love Beetlejuice. I just don't like Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know.
I think
Okay.
you only-
Are we done hating Christmas for a second?
Is that not this entire live?
Did you go?
I was questioning if Connor went. Yeah.
I was just gonna say. I think my only positive on here is that I don't think the song is too long, which is usually when there's 8 key changes in 2 minutes is usually something I would say. I think he also right at the beginning went way out of his register, but
All right.
I think the other notes popped up throughout.
All right, before we actually move on to our next tracks, last year we started doing it, and we're going to continue doing it this year. Our lovely Album Book Club Year Wrap Award ceremony. So this year, I guess we'll start our first award with our first season of the year. So that's season 4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Our season 4 interview of the year, we have an honorable mention. It's a Tiger Made of Lightning. Little known facts behind the scenes. We pulled off doing that interview in about 20 minutes time. And that is set up to completion of the interview. Mike was so nice to us, so sweet. We had some scheduling conflicts and some things arose. And we ended up pulling off, I think, one of our best interviews ever. And just flat out had such a good time. And he's been such a great guy. So I wanted to give it a shout out to him. But our award ultimately is going to Minnows. For one, just how grand that video was, and then also us being able to talk about their music on the live, talk our crap and our blesses, and then be able to instantly go reflect that to them at a show, and then have that lovely experience. Plus, we got to meet Teeth Marks Gloomer. We got to talk to Alex Kessis on camera, who we've talked to multiple times off camera, and that was just an ultimately big step for us as a channel too. So our award for the best season or best interview season 4 goes to Minnows.
Kudos for like cornering me too. That was pretty cool. I really didn't hate the mix as much as it sounded like on the video. These guys just egged me on, I swear. But I 100% like that was really cool to have someone defend something that they were passionate about and do it in a respectful way. So
Also, top 10 haircuts I've ever seen of all time is Sean from Minnows. I loved it. The long hair, beard. He looked like how you would expect him to look, and I can't say that about enough people. So it was like, great job. Kudos to Sean.
All right. Well, I believe.
25.
Mm-hmm.
We're not done yet,
Season
Carson.
5.
Yeah,
we do
season
2
5.
awards.
Oh,
per
we're gonna
every
be 2
two,
awards
yeah,
per- okay.
and then
The next award is the season 5 top interview, which we gave to the Jasons. I think, with the exception of the first couple, because we either didn't know what we were doing or became best friends with the people we were interviewing, it is our longest interview since season 2. So we talked to that guy for a long time, and it was all gold. I had a hard time cutting pretty much anything out of that video.
that was also one that I don't know if we ever touched on it. We shot our shot in person for that.
Yeah,
we ran into them at a convention and we're like, hey, you guys down? And they were like, yep, call us or text us, whatever. That was really cool. And then to have reflection on our videos too was huge. You know, he talked about how he had watched some of our gear videos, and some of that feedback is just what we crave and cherish. You know, any feedback on what we post is really, really appreciated, even if it is to tear our skin off.
You know, I like plants crave electrolytes. Just if you know.
All right, Logan, you should tear your skin off. Song number 3, "Glory of Christmas." I also give this one 10 out of 10.
So 5.5.
5.
3.5.
Ew,
We're getting
dude.
better.
No, the last one was a 4.
Oh,
We're
I was
getting
gonna
worse.
say
Never
we're getting
mind.
worse.
We're getting
But
worse.
just slightly.
What made this one slightly worse?
Look, man, this is a sea shanty with Christmas themes.
And it's awesome.
It's like the least original song I've ever heard. Also, there's a circus that shows up about halfway through. It's just I don't get it. And very much was this the first time of many that "Don't Go Wasting Your Emotion" by ABBA was stolen. And as previously stated with this band, that song is way too big to not know what you were doing.
I'll get my positive note out of the way. I didn't think that the mix in the first half was that bad. I did, by the end of it, get really sick of hearing this song, but that's really all I wrote about the song. The rest of my notes are asking anybody if Apple Music has just started skipping songs in the middle of it for no reason, because that's been happening to me, and it did on this song.
So my first note is, if you like this song, you should just go give Trans-Siberian Orchestra your money and support people that actually do this and care about you and use real orchestra instead of samples.
There's no way. Hold on. Interjection real quick. Trans-Siberian Orchestra is actually like one of my top tier bands. Like, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. And I've gone to there were several years in a row where I would go to their show every year. I think it was like 4 or 5 years in a row I went to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in a row.
Yeah, not that I've played with them or anything. This isn't like a flex moment, but I've played some of that stuff with an orchestra live behind the kit, and it's a ton of fun. It's fun music. I wrote the actual song is goodish. I just can't stand the caroling. The fake vocals on the keyboard is just absolutely one of my top 5 ways to make me not want to listen to you anymore. And then the synth guitar duet. Again, we talked about this in the last Majestica thing. There will be a kind of cool guitar solo, and then the synth is doubling it and ruining all of the guitar tone with some sort of cheesy fake synth thing that's just baked into a cheap keyboard, or I don't know, it might be baked into an expensive keyboard. I don't know, but it still just absolutely desecrates any sort of chance of there being tone from either instrument, because they both occupy the same pitch in the same space. And I don't understand why you couldn't have doubled or couldn't have done something different orchestration wise there to not make that happen. But I don't like it here either.
My ears aren't complex to understand all those negatives, so I liked all the fancy little jingles. I liked a lot of the influences we got here. Again, I'm in love with Christmas. I'm in love with Christmas music, and I'm going to forever be biased towards it. So yeah, my ears aren't complex enough to know like they occupy the same space, bro. I'm not on that level of notes when it comes to Christmas music. I just go, yay, Christmas.
This also is not a negative note that I had against this song, but like for a split second I kind of zoned out and wasn't listening. And in the background I heard a melody to a Christmas song and I was like, hey, I know that song. And then I remembered what we were listening to and felt really stupid.
All right. Well, I believe that brings us into track 4, Ghost of Marley. I also gave it a 10 out of 10.
Sir.
No, go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No, you go. Go ahead.
No, this is a 3 out of 10.
I give it a 4.5.
I actually gave this one a 6.
Sorry, I'm in a rush to go to the restroom. Yeah, this song is just Deck the Halls, which is fine. I respect that until they get to the black metal vocal section, and then I really don't respect it.
Oh, you don't see the vision.
I don't. And
You
then
don't.
and then they go back to the circus. So
How do you not like the circus, bro?
Just not messing with it.
This song made me want a Diamorte Christmas album.
That would go hard.
Exactly. You
That would go
see,
so hard.
Yeah, but that's not black metal vocals. That's like
It's like opera.
operatic
yeah.
vocals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more
Yeah.
opera.
Mm.
Logan, you can go take a dump. We can continue dumping on this here.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, just take it on that camera over there. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah.
Continue dumping. No, I'm gonna glaze the hell out of this.
Yeah. I didn't care for the vocal tone here. This is the. You know, this is yeah. It's just I just don't like the vocal tone on this track. Again, with the Christmas songs in the blender and then putting different lyrics on it, and I'm not about it. Like, just cover the Christmas song or don't. Like, it's not yours to screw with. Just put it back.
But why listen to one Christmas track when I can listen to like all of them?
Yeah, you know, I understand that, but like, if you do it well, it can become something like a chicken pot pie or like loaded mac and cheese. But when you do it this poorly, it's just like taking all of your Thanksgiving and consuming it in milkshake form. Like,
Hey,
I just
Carl, would you say you need this?
yeah I need the fushigi for the blender.
Fushigi blender.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's magic. Here you can.
Yeah, I'll take that back.
I don't want to unleash all the magic in one episode, boys. The other one.
One episode we do need to turn off all of the lights and let it do the glow in the dark thing.
Let me charge it up.
Yeah, the other thing about this one is there's another weird instrumental break, but this time it's just the instrumental equivalent of word vomit. They're just kind of playing random notes. And, you know, as like a person, I guess, that has a refined jazz palette, I really don't appreciate when people just slam me with nonsense. You know, it has to mean something, I guess.
Sometimes nonsense does mean something.
Oh no. I actually, instrumentally, I didn't really have too much of a problem. Let's see if that. Oh, it is kind of showing up.
Yeah, it's kind of green on there.
I didn't really have a problem, but I think it's because I got it in my head that this was a Diamorte song. I did really hate the random Christmas break where it turned into all like stereotypical Christmas instruments. I don't know why that needed to be here, but
More Christmas.
I get that, but that's not what this song was, and it wasn't that after that either. So
I don't think any of this album was really that Christmas. I
Oh, a
really
lot of
hate to
the-
say that they took the concept of Christmas power metal album and made a Christmas part and a power metal part and went, yeah.
No, I was
So-
totally
and they didn't do
expecting
this.
I was totally expecting the hot chocolate scene from Polar Express turned into a World of Warcraft expansion, and I didn't get it at all.
I want what you just said right now.
That would be awesome.
So cool.
All right. Are
No,
we?
to me, it sounds like oh no, I had something now it's gone. We do need to do awards, but we'll see if I remember what that note is afterwards.
All right. So yeah, we have our next award, which I think is technically our most frequent guest award, or which we also deem the best guest award, which we're giving to Max B. I'm not going to say his full last name because I don't think we've said it on here. So not Max of Harmless Habit, but the other Max. He was on Point by Cornelius, and I'm blanking on the other two, but he was here a total of 3
It's here,
times.
Paris, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a third one that I'm blanking really bad on. Oh, it was Rush.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
duh.
Power Windows.
Power Windows. But yeah, Max was on a total of 3 times. We had, I would say, a decently sporadic, like, few guests over the past 2 seasons. We had Liv on. We had
So we've
Jackson
had a lot,
Tackett,
but we haven't
Howard.
had too many like show up more than like his number's 3.
Mhm.
Zach won last year with 7, so Zach has 0 this year.
I think we've had just a lot more guests this year
Mhm.
because like even Anthony was on a couple times this year.
That's probably the other one that was supposed to be 2. I don't think
Yeah.
the other Max got 2, even though that is what's written down right now on the sheet.
But yeah, our award for best guest goes to our buddy Max, not of Harmless Habit.
Do we have a worst guest award?
Yeah, that goes to Liv actually.
What's the other one we're even doing right now?
That would be the best album review.
Oh, do you want me to do both parts?
I would do
'Cause we did have
honorable
2.
mention and
So we have an honorable mention for like our favorite averaged album that we've reviewed this year. The honorable mention, because it is cheating to give it the top spot, is "Deloused" by the Mars Volta. We brought that. We knew that like 4 of the 5 people were gonna love it, and then the 5th one did. So that is cheating. So we're actually gonna give it to "Sports Finland" by Saima. I think across the board, that's definitely the one that I've listened to the most, other than "Deloused." So
Sports Finland was really good.
yeah, what a like game changing experience for us getting into electronic music at the time, and that just launching.
I'll say I was a little bit in,
Mhm.
and then that one hit. And now I've nosedived into that. Nosedove.
I think nosedived is.
It sounds
proper.
better, but it sounds wrong.
I would say it's nose divin, actually.
I like that. Yeah,
Nose divin.
Nose crashed.
that's more accurate.
You beak punched.
All right.
That's the best one.
Are we ready to get into the next track?
I believe so.
All right. Track number 5, "Ghost of Christmas Past." Guess what I gave it? A 10.
You're not gonna believe this. It was track number 5. I gave it a 4.
Dang, I look stupid now.
I didn't even do that much. I gave this one a 3.
I also gave this a 3.
I could listen. This song did not even get a 3 because of this song. This song got a 3 because of the Christmas song it is a cover of. I hate so much that the cover of the song is lowering it by more than that.
Which one?
Whatever the first one was, I don't
There's
remember.
like 6 different songs in here.
The most identifiable one, I don't remember what it's called, but it was. I heard that melody and I was like, nope, this one sucks. I'm over it. And it has actually nothing to do. I think my last note is like, this song actually is not that terrible. It's just I hate that Christmas song so much. This one's getting a lower score.
Yeah, I have the exact cornucopia of Christmas garbage note again. So
The note right before it is actually this cover is better than the original. I just hate the original so much.
If I had to steal from Carl, I would call this a cornucopia of Christmas greatness. I'm trying to get him to like physically hurt me over here.
no, it's not gonna happen.
I know, I'm joking.
We'll get another permanent vacation reel.
I want a reel of like Carl like strangling me, Bart Simpson
that'd be
style.
It like turns into a Christmas card at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my first note on this song just says, "This sucks." And then I really put together what I hated about it, which is, for a power metal album, I have never been so bored in my life. There is so much tempo here, which in theory equates to drive. No. These are the slowest fast songs I've ever heard in my life. I have never heard someone playing on the backbeat so hard. All of the drums sound like they're punching a pillow. Everything else is so swamped in just like too much existence, but not enough volume. Oh my gosh. It is just the least driven music I've ever heard in my life. This is the equivalent of sitting in like a car rig simulator, not driving at all, and then going and telling your friends you drove a Ferrari.
No, I think this is more the equivalent of buying a car driving rig to like log it on and then do like a drive to 7-Eleven simulation. My favorite note of this one is, why pirates? I know they have Christmas, but like, why pirates? Why?
Well, it's a callback to the sea shanty one from earlier.
Yeah, of
They-
course.
they-
Yeah, they're tying it all together, Carl.
Didn't you know that Christmas was famously invented by pirates?
Listen,
Thought
do
it
you
was
not
invented
want a
by
pirate
pagans.
to show up?
Oh, I know when it was actually invented by.
Yeah, no, sorry. The other note I have is that it lines up with the story, though, because in the 1971 cartoon version of A Christmas Story that I watched earlier, Ghost of Christmas Past is this big, like, Viking guy. So I was like, maybe I'll give it a pass.
Pirates, Vikings, yeah, they're kind of similar. I get it.
So the story kind of lined up.
All right. On to our next track, track number 6, The Joy of Christmas. I'm actually going to reduce its score just a little bit to show it's the bottom song. 9.99.
Yeah, track 6. I gave this one a 5.
Oh, I actually gave this one a 6.
Scores are going up, people. He's liking Christmas.
I actually gave this a 2.75.
Dang.
Oh, am I going?
I can go. All of the sounds are hokey and then drowned in reverb. So it's like taking a bologna sandwich you made in your fridge and then like dunking it in a tub of water repeatedly and eating it sopping wet. I don't know, but it does add to the story and it helps with the pacing. So I think it helps the album.
That's such a funny review.
I think this one sounded the least Majestica. I think that's why I kind of liked it. There wasn't like actual power metal stuff going on here to like drown out his voice.
I think
And
that's why I didn't like it as much. You know, it
Interesting.
isn't actually it doesn't actually feel like Majestica.
I think the last thing I said is this is the song with the most amount or appropriate amount of like genre clash. Cuz Christmas and power metal shouldn't really go together unless it's done way more interesting than this. But this is like the correct amount of if you were going to do a cover of something in your style. Now, the whole album should have been like way more, but
I really hate to tell you, but Christmas and power metal exactly do go together. It's called Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
that's fair.
Those guys are
And they
awesome.
are phenomenal at it. They are the framework. This song has the framework of You're the Inspiration by Chicago. So we want to talk about pulling inspirations from somewhere. Also, this is like the first new thing that's happened on this album. I think this is the bonus track or one of the bonus tracks on the deluxe. I saw everyone complain about it because they're like, this isn't?
There's only one.
Is it seriously just a Christmas story or whatever from earlier?
No, it's the A Christmas Has Come.
So I thought it was the last
Really?
one.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Everyone was complaining about how there's two like more 80s style power metal tracks, and I thought this was one of them. That was a bonus. It also may be that the official like CD release didn't have a couple on it.
Mm.
But yeah, this one was seemingly hated by everyone. And look, I mean, I hated it too. Also, they randomly threw in "We Wish You a Merry Christmas"'s melody for like no reason.
Did you
Very-
expect them to not do that at all on this album?
I mean, I expected them to actually play good music.
And there's 3 more comments just from that.
All right.
Keep the farm going, boys.
We ready to go into our last award and then our fun event?
Oh, we do have our last award. Oops.
Oops, all awards.
Yeah, Carson, that was your cue, by the way. We're going into
Oh, okay.
the last award and then our thing.
Well, we got to
I'll
do
be
the last
back,
couple
people.
songs first, but
Oh, do we do all the songs before we do that?
Yeah, I figured we'd do
I
it before
figured.
pacing.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Never mind then. All
I mean,
right,
you
we'll just
you
do the.
could, and then just leave it out in the hallway while we're doing this.
What's the award? I want to hear it.
That was the
All right. I'll say I don't even know that. I am very unprepared for the award show
so
today.
you don't remember the last year's show? So yeah, this is the last award. It's an amalgamation out of Logan's brain. It has been deemed
Oh.
the biggest asshole award. As we famously around here like to say, I'm an asshole, not a dick, which means we will do it but begrudgingly and against our will. And this year's biggest asshole is Mr. Connor. Fun fact and little known fact, Connor does 99% of everything. He is our editor, he is our producer, and I would say a solid 75% of the time he is our director. Other than that, we've been tackling a bunch of other side projects that he has been a huge hand in, and no one can give enough praise to Connor, so everyone in the room give a big round of applause of golf claps.
Yeah. Yeah, most days he has his hands so far up our butts he can puppet us around. That's
yeah.
exactly how he does things.
We're like a 3-headed hydra.
It's a good thing you all write your own reviews because I could not write 4 of these every week.
He's lying.
I do.
We're told what
He
to say.
actually
We're paid
emails
actors.
us a script.
Yes,
Actually.
they
This
had-
whole bit was written by him. It's his award.
Yep.
Guys,
Yeah, I didn't take it for the first 2 years. I had to give it eventually.
Guys, I'm just the face of the company. I mean, I had him with the blue steel. It's over, boys.
He dropped his phone. He lost the script.
I did. Now the script is
Dang.
gone.
He's getting a write up.
Get
this guy outta
That's
here.
actually a strike, sir.
We're gonna be talking about it in your quarterly meeting.
All right. I'm ready for my quarterly review. I'll bring the Kentucky Jelly.
All right, that brings us into track number 7, Ghost of Christmas Present. 10 out of 10.
You're not gonna believe what this one got.
Is it a 10 out of 10?
No, it's 3.5.
Oh, cool. Oh, we should have done our next thing after this one, because the Christmas Present. I gave this one a 5.
I gave this one a 5, and I'll get this out of the way.
I will get this out of the way.
Oh, actually, I forgot there was an option. I'm gonna go with that one too.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
I haven't. Yeah, I think last Christmas.
I was gonna go grab my present during this review. But
Oh,
that's
shoot.
okay. We'll do the next one. It's
I was
okay.
say the next one I can yap about.
Yeah, no. So I can get this over with pretty quickly. The chord changes here are absolutely awful, and I don't understand why. You can't just draw chords out of a hat and expect them to flow together. They didn't do that here. Again, we just had mashup hell. Absolute just compendium of Christmas nonsense shoved together into an envelope. But the solos aren't horrible, so I'm getting a little tired of not having full Christmas songs. But the solos weren't actually bad here.
Yeah, and then for me, it's the same thing. You know, it's just a bunch of Christmas all at one time. I love Christmas. I love the track. Can't be any more simple.
Carl, I fear you spelled baloney wrong in your comment.
Good.
I do believe it's spelled Bologna.
Bologna.
No. Bologna's the place. Bologna is the meat.
I think the package of random meat in my fridge with red lines around it would beg to differ.
I've seen it spelled both ways.
Baloney.
I think, yeah, actually, you spelled it right if you're using it in that context.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Fair enough.
Maybe it was a pun. You just didn't get it.
All right, on to track number 8. This Christmas, 10 out of 10.
Ooh, this one got a 3 3/4.
5.
1. Carson, get out of here for a minute.
That's an 11/4 if you want me to convert it into a fraction.
Still doing this?
11/4. You know,
It's
that's
actually-
not too bad.
It's actually a 13/4. I did that wrong. Neat fact.
Wait, 13/4. What is that?
No,
at
that's
least
still wrong. It's 15/4.
13. What was your number?
3 3/4.
3 3/4. Okay.
Yeah, it's 15.
15/4, yeah.
That's a lot.
That's
that just
not bad.
happened.
That's like a 3.75 average.
Yeah, I didn't do that on my phone this week. I don't get to use real math too often anymore.
All right. This is the least good song I've ever heard by accomplished musicians in my life. Not only did you just use the Sabaton song that you already restole for next album.
Hey, Carson, you're kicking all the cables and unplugging the cameras. It's wrapped around the front of... Oh, no, it's not. I lied.
But this has the least amount of feel of any song I've ever heard. And I know we live in a day and age where there are so many modelers and processors and whatever, but you have killed everything you could have ever had tone-wise in this song, all for the sake of some crappy Christmas music that is mixed like garbage. There is not 1 ounce of good music in this song, let alone the Christmas side of it. That is my personal biases aside. The Christmas part of this wouldn't even fly at Grandma's house.
I actually disagree with that wholeheartedly. My note exactly says the music is better, but still cheesy.
Oh, they just caught up to where the cameras died.
That's the thing. The part of this that works is the Sabaton song.
Yeah, it could be. The other note I have is that this is the same mashup from earlier. They just inverted it. They did these 2 Christmas songs in another track, and then they just flipped the order of them. So it's the same 2 songs. It might even be in the same key. I didn't want to listen to it again to go find out with real evidence, but
There is a really bad key change in the middle of this, which not shocking. But the one positive note I'll say, I did not hate the background vocal layers. I thought they sounded pretty all right. But those are the only 2 things that I wrote down, so I was in Christmas hell at this point.
I can do Carson's review for him next track if you'd like. We can move on.
I genuinely don't understand how many Christmas songs they're trying to throw in here for what should be a following of one album. And I mean, we're set up, we're teed up. This is a concept album. It's called A Christmas Carol. It starts with the main theme of A Christmas Carol. And how many songs on this album have a concept? 3, 4 tops, and that's of 10.
No, there's 6. A lot of them are like the ghost of whatever. And that's,
Well, that's
still
the
within
title.
concept.
I'm talking about like the actual. Like,
Okay.
listen to the
Yeah.
lyrics. And it's like "Merry Merry Christmas," and we're singing in German or whatever the hell. I don't know.
It sort of follows the story.
Vaguely, yeah.
Say at the end, at least I caught up.
But that's like the same as if I was like, yeah. So there's like an old ghost, a modern ghost, and then a future ghost, and you're gonna learn a lesson. That's what they told me.
You know, we'll have a talk about semantics of music then, if you would like. So, you know, coming from the jazz world, pretty much everything you do is covers. That's just kind of the thing. You know, a lot of people don't understand new jazz, so most of what you end up playing out is the same songs from the 50s, 60s, maybe 70s if you're lucky. Sometimes you'll get some modern stuff thrown in if you're playing fusion, but covers are fine as long as you put your own spin on things. The thing that is generally regarded as in poor taste is quotes. And I think that's part of like my feeling for all of this is they don't give me enough of any of it for it to feel like a cover, and it just actually feels like you're just getting little snippets of quotes of these other melodies. And that's just really annoying to me. It's kind of like Fortnite sound bites randomly appearing, but Christmas edition. Like, I'm just not for it. I just don't dig it. And it just got even more annoying here, I think.
Unfortunately, Carl, I do get it. I do dig it. It's Christmas all at the same time. I absolutely love it. That's all I'm going to say for the rest of this album. I mean, what else can I say about it other than, like, I love all of the different melodies going on. So when they're just throwing them all at me at one time in a cool way, I'm going to dig it.
If we had the time, we would make a giant Christmas mashup song with Fortnite sounds.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be better than this. Bad news.
Yep.
Carson's new favorite
Next
Christmas
track.
song.
All right. Are we on track number 9?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Number
Ghost
9.
of Christmas to Come. Give it a 10.
I'm just going to keep dividing the numbers into the score. This one got a 3.
4.5.
This one got a 3.
I can tell you exactly why it got the 3, because the story suddenly showed up, and that made me really angry that they didn't do it the entire album if the album was supposed to be the story.
But it still sounded cool.
Sure, but if you're going to adapt something as beloved as a Charles Dickens novel into an album, either quote it or don't quote it. Don't just show it up on what I guess was supposed to be the last track, but turned out to be the second to last track. That's just infuriating. That's why by far this was my lowest track. That and the keyboard choir was back, and that's like minus 1,000 points for me. And I just tried to fight my way through it.
I get why they're there, and I respect that if you're going to do the story, the skit vocals have to be there. Is that this one?
Yeah, that's
it
this
is.
one. And I didn't hate it at all. I just think
did.
it needed to be the whole album or none of it.
No, I agree with that.
It's random.
I agree with that, but them randomly showing up, and I didn't like how they sounded, and I didn't really like hold that against the song too much. The rest of the song is like fine, I guess, but I did not care for what they sounded like. And like Carl's been saying, either commit or don't.
Yeah. Look, man. In one ear, straight out the other headphone. I did not care for this song. It's the same exact crap I've heard for 7 tracks and one sucky off track. And then look, it hasn't got mixed any better. I'm reading all these reviews about how this guy is a master producer, a mastermind. I listened to straight up an hour of power metal after this to make sure that my ears were not deceiving me. And oh boy, were they not. You suck at power metal mixing. You are on a metal mix. I can recognize that. I know that. Do I know which one it is? I know it ain't black. I know it ain't thrash. And I know it ain't power. So figure out what it is. Call yourself that instead. And then also, same thing you guys have said. There is so much story in this one for there to be have so little prior. I mean, like, cool, all of the titles are, the story, but there is no story except for weird Dracula guy from that one album has somehow showed up on this one.
Guys, they Star Wars 1, 2, and 3'd us. They put all the crap at the very end that's the plot. There's literally just nonsense for like forever, and then all the plot happens, and you're like, wait, hold up.
It's
That's
the
what they
Jar
did to
Jar
us.
Binks arc versus the actual story.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks versus Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you have to sit through an hour and a half of Jar Jar Binks to get to that fight.
You know, that was worth it, but I think the 45 minutes I sat through to get to this, I would rather have back.
Yeah, I do agree with you guys that the like ad libs are really out of place, but I understand why they're there, and I also kind of like that they're there just because I really like the
I
movie.
think that's the problem. I fear they're not out of place. I feel like they just didn't show up before this and needed to.
That's more accurate.
This is a very heavy teed up concept album. The cover, the title, the first song, and then they're like, yeah, what if the concept was on the last track?
Yeah, I mean, so, they put their concept not behind a paywall this time. We looked up the concept, we learned it, and it turned out they were still bad at it.
You got pointed at, dude.
Look at how
That's
much
crazy.
research we did.
We went to school.
We did, and you know what? You all were still wrong.
All right, well, that brings us into track number 10, the extended, because we're doing the extended version. A Christmas Has Come. I give track 10 a 10.
I give this one a 5.
Give this one a 4.
I gave track 10 a 1.
Hold on, real quick. I do want to apologize. I have the wrong album art on the thumbnail. I'm sorry. The little ribbon in the corner is not there, and before I get lit up for that, I'm sorry. I fully intended on doing the non-deluxe until this morning, so.
Yeah, I texted him. I was like, so we're doing the deluxe, right? That's what makes it 10. And he's like, oh, I guess so.
Yeah, so like knowing it made me a little angry here that the book came back, and it's just lines directly out of the book, but knowing that this wasn't supposed to be there and the last track was the only one that was supposed to have it, I guess makes it hurt less. But this actually wasn't a terrible song, and it kind of felt like an ending. So that's how we ended up with a neutral score here.
First thing I wrote about 10 seconds in was, this song is exactly what I expected to be here.
Mhm.
And then it carried that out until there was about 1 minute and 15 seconds left when I realized it's all outro. That's diabolical. It made me mad. I said that audibly out loud to nobody.
Yeah. There's a reference about 7 people or get. I said this was like like driving a Yugo at top speed. It had as much push as it could, but it wasn't doing anything.
I'd say it's more like one of those like Reliant Robins, 3 wheels.
Those cars you could flip on yourself. Also, can we talk about how it says a Christmas has come? What does that mean? Is there multiple Christmases? Like you can just have a couple?
It's a specific Christmas of a specific year.
Oh, like Christmas of '63 came.
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah, that makes
797
sense.
years ago
Yeah,
when
for
we
real.
had Genghis Khan.
And then, this was the presents knob turned up to 10, and all of the headroom being available and showing in the track again. It was making me wince.
But pause. How many Christmases will this be without Genghis Khan, Connor?
797.
Okay, now you can continue.
Yeah, I genuinely think this is like Genghis Khan not approved. Thank God he's been gone for 797 because
Carson's going to look it up.
no,
I
that's.
need to know if that's real.
I hate to tell you, but he is right. I can't tell you how I know that, but he is correct.
Sorry, that's a very strange ongoing bit that I guess none of you have seen before.
Oh,
It has not made its way onto the live yet.
I say it hasn't, but yeah, I said it before D&D the other day in response to Connor having said it like the week prior.
Still
Wait. It's 798.
It'll be
Well, I
798.
guess this is the
this year.
90.
No, this will be the 90th.
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
gone for 97.
Mm.
That's true. It isn't Christmas.
So I guess
Yeah.
I take it back. It needs to be 798 years ago so we can have him there.
Yeah.
But that is the one that is referenced here.
Either way, very bad song.
It's a great song.
Terrible song.
It's a great song.
I can't keep up with this. I'm on the off push of these buttons.
Just press 3 and let them talk for a minute. It's fine.
3's black.
Exactly. It's fine.
All right. Are we doing pacing or are we doing the other thing?
I think we can call it flow tonight. I think we can go back just for the sake.
Sure, man.
Christmas
Go
flow.
for it.
All right. I believe it's time to do our special event.
Why are you looking at me? I found out about the order of what was happening today like an hour ago.
Should we do it right before pacing? I feel like that's a.
I
fine
think
place
it
to
makes
do
sense to
Yeah.
do the last three like we always do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Secret Santa now. Whatever.
I say we're also talking about it like they're not gonna figure it out.
Yeah. We've done it every other year.
It's not new information.
Carson, I'm antsy to see what the hell you have hidden in the hallway.
It's nothing too special.
Something, Phil.
Logan's just killed itself.
Yep, that makes sense.
Oh, I forgot. We're not allowed to say that on the internet. Sorry.
Yeah, it's also not a very Secret Santa. We all figured this out like 2 days in, so
Yeah, in fact.
I don't
it's
know.
just a secret gift exchange this year.
Yeah. Also, I did have to correct myself. I was not Secret Santana nor Secret Satan this year. I was Secret
That is
Santa.
actually. If only we did this on Fridays.
Yeah, that was a big callback to last year where I was indeed Secret Santana and gave Steven a guitar. Or more accurately, worked on Steven's guitar.
In case you wanted to figure out what Friday's song of the day is. It's the second time that has come up in my life outside of. Well, I guess this is pretty on the show, but
All right. So how are we doing this? Or do you just want to go
You
in order?
Yeah, we'll just go down the line.
All right, Connor,
yep,
you have been selected again for a
Mhm.
gift.
we're doing we're bringing the hat back next year.
I would say, yeah,
The
next
app
year
keeps giving
we're
us the same thing.
we're doing completely re-randomized because we used an app and it gave us the same shit.
Oh wow.
It somehow gave what 3 of the 4 of us the same one, and we removed a
I would say
person
it was-
from the lineup.
Just because we removed someone from the lineup, it gave that person the other thing.
Ooh.
It is a book.
I see that. Interesting.
He said it was a book for those of you that couldn't hear because you weren't in the room.
I have a
I'll
story.
say I can't tell if I heard that through the mic or through
All
the
right.
headphones or in real life.
Connor has been DMing a campaign, and I think it's really fun. And I think he's a pretty good DM. So I'm going to give him more source material, specifically my favorite D&D book from the official 5e, and it is Strixhaven. Famously,
Ooh.
the D&D book that has silvery barbs in it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Didn't know
it's
that
the
was-
it's the one that introduced that to the game.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's also a full campaign setting, so you can run a campaign with that if you'd like.
I'm gonna steal everything out of this book.
Well, it's like I think it's like school almost, like magic school. Like there's a full magic academy in it.
We'll figure it out.
I think we just outed ourselves as nerds, but it's fine. I'm happy with it.
If that wasn't common knowledge, then they haven't been watching enough of these episodes.
All right, if we're just going down, just want you to know that's the coolest bag
This
ever.
is awesome. This is an awesome gift, Carl. I love the bag.
Yeah, you're
How did you know that Jurassic Park was my favorite movie?
welcome. Yeah, well,
Well, this is a Jurassic World bag, but it's okay. What's in?
I'm excited.
What in the world? Hold on, that's kind of sick. Is there more in here?
Oh yeah, there's definitely more in there. It's
no,
not
you
just
only get that.
it's not just an off-brand Lego set
You
from the
had to
dollar
get the
store.
bag too.
Yeah, that was a lot of the budget.
Damn.
Oh, you're gonna like what's in the bottom. Keep reaching.
Ooh. Oh hell, I actually needed one of these. I was looking at buying one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Carl, that's sick. Thank you.
Yeah, you're lucky it was on Black Friday sale for like a really good deal because it's way out of budget otherwise.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like kind of crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to build this on the live right now.
It's like He-Man riding a dinosaur
Probably
for
could.
those of you that can't see it.
Well, there's 3 different models. Or is it
I
just?
think that's 3 different things in
No.
the set.
Yeah, they're 3 of the same line. There's a poison tech scorpion.
Yeah, it's called a mount up chrome tiger.
This
so
is the
enjoy that.
gilded tiger.
Yeah.
All right, and then Carl, since I think you technically did that wrong, go ahead and grab your gift over there.
What? You said we were starting over here. What do you mean
Yeah,
I
no,
did it wrong?
that's right.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
up next.
He's up next.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, I'm just thinking of it wrong. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so-
backwards.
Yeah, I did have it back.
Carl. I'm keeping the bag.
Do it.
Oh shit! It's Iron Maiden. Hell yeah!
Yo, that's sick.
It's Live After Death. It's the best Iron Maiden live ever. Thank you, sir. I've been after this for quite some fucking time. Hell yeah! Thank you much, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then you want to hand Carl his over there. Get some-
I'll just pick it up. It's on my
Very
side.
he's got it.
unfortunately, this is only half of it. eBay screwed me.
I mean, I normally only get about half of it. Which half is the part I won't tell you? Oh, you like actually taped this.
Yeah, I pack for a living, so I figured I'd actually use my skills for once.
Dude's wearing a Packer. That's crazy.
Oh, I got Gang Beasts for Xbox. This is actually a trap. That means they want me to play Gang
Oh yeah,
Beasts
you
with
are
them.
now stuck playing Game Beast. I made sure to get the one that you can leave installed on the other hard drive at all times.
Yeah, neat fact. It will just download the other one onto the other hard drive, but it's okay.
That because it's the disc, you shouldn't.
Nope, it downloads the game onto the other hard drive, and then you have to use the disc to play it.
Oh yeah, you'll need the disc to play it, but it should be you'll be able to play it off the hard drive without using your regular storage.
I'll try it. We'll see. If none of you know what's going on, but I don't have an internal expansion drive in my One X, and it's incredibly frustrating, and I just need to go buy one.
And then this is the other gift that should be here, hopefully by next live.
Oh, sick. Yeah, that's going to be sick. Now I really have to buy us my cassette player.
Yeah, you said you wanted the Windy Summer album cassette for your cassette deck, so I was like, okay, I can make that happen.
Yeah,
You
it's
all
pretty
will
sick.
understand that both tomorrow and next Thursday. The Context is coming out weekly. It's a subscription service.
The thing,
Man, this is an F2 Master too. That's kind of crazy.
yeah, it feels really heavy. I didn't look at the pictures too
This
good.
is like the full kit.
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah, Prime Day was crazy this year.
All my
Yeah?
Prime Day deals were like 10%.
Yeah, for real.
It sucked.
No, that was like 60% off, and it was still barely in budget.
Good lord, 60% off. That's crazy.
Thank God for free shipping to stay in budget. If I had to pay shipping, I so would have been out of budget. I'm pretty sure one of these things is coming from overseas and they're just lying to me. I think the cassette is so not from America.
All right. Well, I believe that is going to bring us right into pacing. Nah, it's the flow. I'm gonna. It brings us right into flow, and I'm gonna give the flow a 10 out of 10.
You're probably not gonna believe this. I gave it a 7.
I give it a 6.
I also gave it a 6.
It all flows perfectly together because it's all the same. That's it.
I mean, you're not incorrect, but you know, I think just because this is a direct adaptation of one of the most beloved holiday stories of all time, I think it just automatically did pretty well in pacing. I don't think it's anything that Majestica did. I think Charles Dickens did all the hard work, and they just rode on his coattails. But the concept actually does work, especially because we actually knew what it was this time. It was a little more clear this time. It definitely wasn't vague, like just randomly being on a train. That's really it. You know, concept albums tend to do really well here, especially when it's something like this. You know, there was a slowdown in the right spot. You know, there was enough change up that I didn't feel like I was listening to the whole thing at the same time. The only thing that brought the pacing score down is, I will agree with what Logan said earlier, for an album that has the amount of energy it does, this really felt like it drug out. For how fast all these songs are, it should really feel like a punk album. You know, like it should really feel like 20 minutes has gone by when you've listened to an hour, and I felt every minute of listening to this. So that's the 7. That's how we landed in the middle.
Yeah, I think between those two, they kind of said everything that I have. It's fine. It's not like there's any roller coasters that go on this. It's all you get what you're getting, but Carl is right. You do feel it. So
Yeah, I'll drop the bit here. Clearly, everything I said for all of you Majestica fans was to get under your skin. So I'll drop the bit here. Everything from here on out is my genuine feelings about how this album really existed. And I think that, yeah, exactly what you guys said. It drug on. It was, what, 55 minutes?
44.
44.
Ooh. I might lower my score a little bit. Sorry, boys.
Okay, I was gonna say it felt like an hour 45, and that was at 55 minutes. To add an hour in feel to your album is a diabolical thing to do. I think that the concept doesn't work here. I disagree wholeheartedly that the concept works here. I think if you tell me there's a concept and then give me vague semblances of it and then one song, that's not a concept album. I'm making your concept happen. Quit trying to make fetch happen.
I mean, I think the lyrics sort of tell the story from what I was paying attention to them, from what I could hear of them.
I would say the few that I actually went and looked at the lyrics, which was like the first 4 or 5, not pertaining to it at all. Like one of the songs, I'm not even kidding, half of the lyrics were just about having a Merry Christmas. And I was like, okay, that's cool. What does this have to do with...
Was that the last track?
No, I think it's like the second track.
Okay, the last track also does that, but it makes sense there.
Mm-hmm. It's like in the song that's named after the 90s movie, A Christmas Story, I'm pretty sure most of it is just, I wish you a Merry Christmas and half of that, but why? Why is that there? And then just, I don't get it. I don't get doing the concept other than for the sake of marketing, which I respect that pool.
All right. Well, that's going to take us right into album art. I'm also going to drop the bit because there are things in this album art that kind of piss me off. Realistically, it's like a 7, but on the deluxe edition specifically, it's a 6.
I gave it a 6. Also, I wasn't doing a bit in this entire time. These are real scores. I actually rated this like I would rate any other album. So you can eat that all you want.
I'm just the certified Christmas lover, so...
And my scores were only a point to a point and a half higher than Logan's joke scores. So
I say realistically, Carl's scores are probably my real scores.
Yeah.
So.
I pretty much wasn't doing a bit either. This is album art. I gave this one a 5.
I gave album art a 6.
It's better than the last one we saw.
It's true. I have a lot of like similar qualms with the last one, but this one feels more real.
This one's legit.
Yeah, this one feels a lot more legit. It's still kind of devoid of soul. The thing that I really don't like about it is that they made it worse than the original album art. Like, I feel like the original album art is pretty solid when it's just like the plain image, and I like the image and I like the album overall, so it's really not that bad.
Didn't they just add a little red banner in the corner?
Yeah, I don't like it. It made it
Okay.
worse.
All right.
That's
Fair
what
enough.
I'm saying. Like, it dropped at a point because I was like, man,
I get that because that
No,
stamp
that's
is
valid.
very clearly sitting like on top of every other asset, not like it's stamped on. It's just pasted
You
on.
know, I didn't even realize
Yeah.
it was a stamp until you said that.
Yeah, that's
I think-
supposed to be like a press
And then
stamp.
my brain saw it as just like a Christmas bow, and I was like, if you're gonna do a Christmas bow, commit and wrap all the corners. But
it's
like,
a bow
it's
with
fine,
like the
but-
wax stamp on
Yeah,
it and all
that's
that.
definitely
It's
worse.
It doesn't look good. Just get it out of there. The original was fine.
I mean, it goes with the story. I think that's supposed to be Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge.
That would make sense.
Not my favorite Scrooge. Scrooge McDuck is my favorite Scrooge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think the more I look at this, the less I actually like about it. So I'm gonna drop it to a 4. There's one ghost of 3. Stupid. The font on the scroll illegible, almost. And then it just looks bad. And also, yeah, that wax seal. Oh man, that bugs me.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Once I like saw it on the deluxe edition, I was like, and I couldn't focus on anything but that wax seal. I was like, the image itself, whatever, fine, it's cool. This wax seal in the corner, it's tripping me up. I can't do it. It's weird. All right, are we ready to talk about album overall?
Yeah.
So I'm just jamming out to her background music.
All right, so my actual album overall score for this album, it's like a 5.5.
You gave everything a 10. You got to give it a 10.
For the bit, it's a 10.
Yeah, so I have two scores here. I'll go ahead and start with my real score, what I think the album actually is. I think it's like a 4.5. As far as me not caring for Christmas music as a whole, and just the general disrespect that was given to all of the composers of the original tracks that are all, at this point, fairly sacred in the musical world. I wrote a little spiel basically saying it's a dog's lunch of Christmas concepts applied directly to one of the most beloved Christmas stories, and it's pretty accurate. You know, I've said it a bunch of times a day, but it just kind of feels like a bunch of stuff shoved in a blender and then like fed to you in paste form. And I don't know, man. Not a big fan of Soylent Green. Not a big fan of tube paste. I don't know. I don't know where to get with this anymore. I lost my train of thought, guys. Sorry. The train derailed like the last one.
Yeah, I already knew I wasn't going to love this album. I really don't love Christmas music at all, and I didn't love the last Majestica album we listened to, but I think I did like this one a little bit more than that, so credit where credit is due. It's got a lot of problems, but it's got some things that I didn't dislike about it.
Genuine no-bit score here is a 3. I think due to an overwhelming number of factors, I cannot call this a good album. I think, number one, my biggest lead into this was just our reaction from Majestica fans to genuine comments about their music last time. Overwhelmingly turned me off from the band. It's surprising how much you guys would, not you guys, Majestica fans would say, oh, these are such great dudes, while in the same foul swoop would say, you guys suck and should disappear off the internet, or something vaguely of that nature.
So not to interrupt you, but that was my second train. My score taking in the fans is actually a 0. This is by far the second worst fan base we've ever reviewed. Mm-hmm. And I didn't say this album was objectively terrible like I did to the other one, so I kind of deserve it from the first group of fans, to be honest. Sorry, continue, Logan.
Yeah. Not to say any of it was taken to heart. I think we just sit here and laugh about all of it. But for a fan base to hear someone dislike something and have genuine feedback from a place of knowledge and years in the craft, to then be told, well, you're stupid, you didn't actually listen, and you don't get it, while we can disprove all of those points within the same video you commented on, that was a big, huge turnoff. My comment that I matched with Carl earlier was me saying that this album is the equivalent of someone going, I'm going to give you the most amazing food you've ever had, and they hand me a McChicken. I am going to be overwhelmingly disappointed, which is what this album was. I went and read reviews prior to this on like the Metal Archives, on just their website, on Reddit, and everyone is raving about how perfect this album is, about how amazing it is. And I see nothing but flaws that are supposed to be from seasoned vets that are supposedly masters at the production craft, masters at power metal. And all I see are cliches and poor pitfalls that I haven't fallen into since I was in the 7th grade. It is obscenely embarrassing when a fan base is going to bat so hard for you while being so wrong, being presented all of the evidence, and still saying, no, you're the idiot. I know that is not the band's fault, but it is also the band to control their culture. And if you cultivate a culture that just lifts you up without respecting and recognizing your flaws, you have a failed system. You do not have commercial success. You have small town success. You will pay every festival that comes through your hometown at the mid-sized stage every time, and you will make your €1,000 and you will go no further.
I mean, it's the whole thing, but behind the lore that we didn't know because we didn't want to pay for their Patreon, and the fact that we had a hard time finding anything out about this album when we did research. I mean, it's just hilarious that, you know, it's hard to do enough research to actually have valid thoughts, according to people, on this stuff without paying for it. You know, that's insane to think that you have to pay for something to understand something, that you have to, you know, do research. I watched the movie today. You know, you watched one, and to be ready to do this, and that's not what albums are supposed to be. You're not supposed to have to prep to listen to something. And that's coming from a jazz guy. Like 100%, I understand that those are hard listens, but it's, I don't know.
I will
just frustrating this week.
Of all, 120 or so episodes we've done of the show, 120 plus, I have never done so much research as I did for today's single episode. And I can tell you, I came up with diddly squat of anything usable or reasonably retellable that wasn't glazing from the band themselves or from their fans, or wasn't some random readable comment about how this was done. You know, it was a maze of, well, this is how we did it, and very vague responses. And that, to me, is never a good sign. That is someone who is jumping through PR hoops because they don't want to be honest, or they don't want to be 100% truthful that, you know, they did a lot of this with synth work or something like that. And then, you know, I'm one to go to bat for a lot of bands and be like, well, they're not as bad as you say. And I mean, the easiest example that is probably closest relatable is like black metal, because power metal to black metal, you have to be into it to be into it. I will never sit here and tell you black metal is a good genre or that the music is good, but I will say there are certain people you have to respect in it. It feels like these guys rip off all the guys that you have to respect and then are like, respect me. I don't... It's like Reddit mod music, I guess. I don't get it.
I don't know, man. I just, this is a funny one because we came back to do Majestica, and this was Merry Christmas to us, not to you guys. This was 100% for us to get to vent and talk about some of this stuff that we've seen on the backlash of this other video. Just the insanity of the anger towards us for voicing our opinions on this stuff when we were really nice, I felt like, on the last one. I mean, we usually hold back a lot on this show. I don't know, you know. So, unfortunately, yeah, it wasn't a very Merry Christmas for us having to listen to this slop. But at least we got to voice some real opinions today, and we didn't have to glaze it just because the fan base is going to roast us. So, except for Carson. Cause
I glazed it because I love Christmas. That's the bit.
I was going to say, Carson is not letting go of the bit. What I can say...
Do you want my actual album overall? Because I plan to drop my bit and tell you guys how I actually felt about this album.
No, go ahead.
Do it.
Yeah, like I said, I think realistically it's a 5.5. A lot of the stuff is just derivative, batched together, random Christmas bullshit. And while I love Christmas, when you just mash it together and you don't create anything cohesive, it's bad. That's all I have to say about it. Like, they don't do it well. There are a couple tracks where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I actually kind of like this one, but pretty much the rest of it, it's just slop.
Yeah.
Like their last album art.
What I can say positive about the band is the next album is, in my opinion, a significant jump up in quality compared to this one. So at least they are on a semblance of the correct and proper path forward. As stated previously, I think to have a fan base the way that it is, to be so rampant, to be so outwardly toxic, We see it in other artists that we've downright talked about not even covering any of their albums on the show because of how bad it is. And, we're very opinionated guys. We don't agree with every major popular opinion.
We don't even agree with each other.
Oh, no. Most of the time, not at all. But what we do have is the right to share said opinion, and you guys also have the right to comment back, right? That is the shared relationship there. Where that right is lost is when we are told to, kill ourselves or rip our skin off or...
Oh, I was planning on removing my skin after this podcast in preparation for the comments.
That is when I think it's a step too far. I am all for hearing that I am stupid and your reason why. Because I will read that and I will look into it.
Yeah, I actually like being corrected if someone knows some way that I'm like absurdly wrong or just missed the point or misspoke. Like, I don't mind that at all. There are times that I rewatch these and I'm like, I don't know if I phrased that quite right. There's just a lot to doing this live that leads to a few of those things. I don't mind it at all. We really have stepped up and doing research the best we can, and it's not that we didn't research that one. We just couldn't find anything.
It was easier to find things about Powertrain come this time than it was back then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those funny things. We're not trying to play the victim here. We're just explaining how this whole thing happened because, we picked our Christmas album, and obviously we picked it for this reason.
We did this on purpose. We knew what was coming. We are so expecting the hate to come from this one. That is...
Now, how do you feel now after you just said that? How do you think they feel leaving all those hate comments earlier in the video when you didn't like what we were saying?
They didn't make it this far.
I would say here's what I will say to that. If you did it on this one, I get it. I respect it. We did it on purpose. We set a trap, and if you fell into it, great. Thank you so much. Going forward, I would like to be on the same page. I'm going to have an opinion. You're going to have an opinion. Let's share it together.
Right. And while you're sharing that opinion, don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit the bell notification. It doesn't matter to Majestica fans because none of them will ever be subscribers anyway, as we have been told. So anybody else that's made it this far, though, please do. We really do appreciate everyone that talks to us one way or another. We do appreciate the hate comments.
We love them.
I mean, I wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say it's time to rip my skin off. It's great things like that just keep me going. So, yeah.
Yeah, that or this video will get 6 views and no one will ever see it.
I really hope we get another 500 views, and then our average watch time is 45 minutes.
I should check the average watch time on that live. I bet it's through the roof. Or 2 minutes.
It's like 7 minutes. They got through one track. We're like, I hate these guys. These guys suck.
There were a couple people in that review even that were very constructive and very much just pointed out things that we missed. And a couple of them were in paragraphs, and I was like, cool.
On earth was that?
My phone.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't me this week.
Yeah, I don't know names of accounts, but there was one that wrote like an essay and it was like, I'm not done watching it, but I will come back with my thoughts, and then did.
Yeah, that was actually a very nice comment. Yeah. I appreciated that one a lot because it pointed out things that we maybe had thought of, but not a whole lot that were more important to the Majestic album. That was harder for us to think in like that context. Like a lot of those like video game references. I know we mentioned a lot of them, but didn't kind of see the importance to the album at first. And that was actually a really helpful, constructive, positive comment. I really appreciated reading.
And if you've made it this far, I will reveal who our worst comment section ever on any video was, and that was the Willy video. So just in case anyone needs that context. I do like loud music. I do have skin, and that album is still objectively bad.
As was this one.
I don't know
but not the next one.
I don't know. This one was
Carson wants to get out of here.
Objectively mid.
That's true.
Carson teed it up. So next week we are listening to Raise, Wreck, Rebuild, Raise by Teeth Marks. They will be joining us.
Let's go.
I know I said that a couple weeks ago. Plans changed.
really excited to go from the bottom of the barrel to somebody we actually like who's going to be here with us.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week. There's no way this video is still playing. Yup.